Since you all are familiar with the exam patterns, there is a main exam covering all the syllabus and a practical exam in which you have to cover a topic and implement a project file. Viva is also included in the practical exam. As far the guidelines is concerned, I have already given you the guideline that how you will prepare your project file and the name of the topics. Okay, so I am giving you the topic and subtopic. Okay, here you can see the topics and the subtopic for your main topic. Okay, so that on this basis you will make your project file. Okay, so first topic here are the mysteries behind the Mount of Dead, Mohenjo-daro. So here if we talk about Mohenjo-daro, okay, it is an Indus Valley site of Indus Valley civilization. It is a site of Indus Valley civilization, you know very well. And when we talk about the whole civilization is based on archaeological sources, so we will talk about the excavation and this archaeological evidences. Okay, then you will talk about the description about this. You will give description about this civilization. As you know, it is the largest site and you can put general information. You will briefly describe about the town planning, the citadel, the lower town, the house constructions and artifact. And then you will talk about the mysterious massacres of Mohenjo-daro. You have to give detailed information and you can take the help of your NCERT books. And then you will talk about the decline and decay of the civilizations. Okay, later you will add conclusions in which you will describe from the beginning to the end in a concise manner. You have to describe what are the mysteries behind the Mount of the Dead. So lots of sources, lots of information, pictures and maps are available. Now come to the second topics in depth to understand the spiritual archaeology in the subcontinent. So here again you can see you will clear the topic as you will do first you will do the introduction, okay, and then you will discovery and excavation here also, because they are talking about the archaeological sources. So excavation, discovery, that you will link it with the spiritual or religious belief. So you will start from the ancient time period where you will talk about the Paleolithic age, the Harappa, okay, as you can see that the mother goddess, the proto-Shiva, the seals, the people, somewhere they resembled with the religious practices and belief. And then Mauryan, post-Mauryan and Gupta period, whatever information you get, you will write here. If we talk about we can take example of Mauryan Empire where you can see in inscriptions, pillars of the rock addict about the Dham. Dham, here they talk about the teaching of Buddha. Jainism and Buddhism, you can write about the mud, vihar, okay, and stup. The sculptures, you can see the monuments, the building, the temples, and later you can add the archaeological evidence of Bhakti and Sufi, the temple of South India. So you can cover major portion from this topic, and at last the conclusion of the topics. Then come to the third topic, Buddha Part 2, Enlightenment. So here you have to describe about, first you will give the early life description of Buddha, the early life, and then you will talk about the enlightenment, the nirvana, in which you have to describe about the belief of Buddha, okay, the cycle of birth, life, death and rebirth. And it means if we talk of nirvana, that is the breaking of that cycle of the birth, life, death and rebirth. And then you will talk about the meditations here. So what do Buddhists believe? Here you can see the three jewels: belief in Buddha, Dhamma, teaching of Buddha, and the Sangha. As for the Buddha teaching is concerned, okay, you can write about the three signs of being Dukh, okay, Anik or Anatta. So if you talk about Dukh is nothing imperfect in life, you will mention that. Anik means everything changes form, and Anatta, the karma can be good or bad, how the person live in this life. So you will talk about the four noble truth, Dukh, Dukh Samudaya, Nirodh, and the fourth truth is Moksha. So you will describe about this. These are the main teaching of Buddha, and it is very important to describe about it. And the part 2, enlightenment, you can see is through wisdom, morality, and meditations. So right view, thought, speech, action, livelihood, efforts, right mindfulness, and right contemplations, okay, concentrations. You will mention about this, then you will talk about the theory of karma according to Buddha and the sacred text. It means there is a compilation of Buddha teachings. So you will mention about that in a brief, and then you can see worship of Buddha in the name of temple. You can talk about the ritual practices, the follower of Buddhism, and at end you will give the conclusion where you will concluding it with the modern world. Then come to the next topic. Here, topic 4, you can see an exploratory study to know women and created history. So here you will take different time period, okay, start from the ancient to medieval and modern. So in Harappa, you can see, you will start it from when we talk about the ancient, the Harappa worship of mother goddess. Vedic age, Vedic age they enjoy equal status, okay, the women, and you will talk about the women who were educated at that times. And then you can see names of the several saints or seers. They were notably Gargi or Maitreyi, and you can see the Sahita were there in the name of these saints. So that it means that there was an importance of women, and they create history at that time. Then we talk about the Gupta period, Prabhavati Gupta of Vakatak Empire, okay. She ruled and performed administrative duties. Then Satavahan Empire ruled in the name of mother, and then Queen Nainlika, okay, Kaktiya dynasty Rudrama Devi, and then we talk about the Muslim ruler Razia Sultan, okay. So, and the Indian rulers who fought against Muslim rules as Gond Rani and Durgavati, or you can see Padmavati. From the medieval period, and in the British rules and the war of 1857, the Rani Lakshmi Bai, and you can see some important social workers and social and religious reformer, you will write about them, and many more who fought for the freedom of India. You can add the portion of post-independence 1947 to now represent the achievement of women and those who created history, and with conclusion in praise of women or women empowerment. So you can add a good healthy quotations of the famous leaders about women. Then come to the next topic. Here topic 5th here is about Mahatma Gandhi, a legendary soul. So here you can see that you will first acknowledge the same pattern will be followed, okay. So that is already mentioned. First you will give the first life descriptions of Mahatma Gandhi, in which you will write about the birth, the parents, schooling, marriage, okay. And then we talk about the journey here. Journey, we talk about the struggle in South Africa, and then his struggle in India. You can see the Indian struggle, where you will talk about the ashram, the movements, the constructive work done by Gandhi, and then autobiography of Gandhiji, an experiment with truth, and then his principle about Satya Ahimsa, legacy of Gandhi, and later at the end conclusion. Come to the topic number 6, okay. To reconstruct the history of Vijayanagar through the archaeology of Hampi. Okay, so here again sources, brief description of literary and archaeological sources, and you will talk about the department and institutions that are involved in excavation, the name of the archaeology, and mention the year in which it is excavated. And then we talk about the inscriptions. These are the sources, the monuments, okay. And you can see very important archaeological sources. Then fortification of the empire, especially the 7 line of fort described in detail. Then canal systems, agriculture tract between the royal center and the urban core. The tract was serviced by an elaborated canal systems drawing water from Tungabhadra. Then you will see they choose Hampi as a capital. You will mention the temple, the Virupaks, the Vitthal temple, and other important temples of Hampi. And then you will describe the basic features of the temple, the Gopuram and Mandap. Okay, but we can see temple built by which dynasties, as we saw that different ruler had contributed to build and maintain the temple. And then we will talk about the distinct features of the temple, as we read about the chariot streets in Vitthal temple. And when we talk about the Indo-Islamic style, we saw in the gateway, in the fortification of the wall, then very important, it is a national heritage, as well as UNESCO declared it as a heritage site. So a report should be there in this topic. So at last conclusion, that all the facts need to be pieced together, and you have to explain that how these archaeological sources give a detailed study about the empire, the importance of Vijayanagar Empire in history, okay, its growth, its development and decline of Vijayanagar Empire. Now come to the another topic behind the first war of independence. Okay, so in the introduction you will mention that how Britishers came to India as a trader, and then their intervention in political affairs. They fought many wars, and at last the Battle of Buxar, they gained the political power and became the authority. So and then the people resist as they rebel. So the Britishers in 1857, okay, you can see that will be the introduction. Then come to the topic, the revolt of 1857. So why it is called the revolt of 1857? So we will talk about it is called the first war of independence. So why it is called first war of independence? Then we talk about the patterns of the rebellion, how this mutinies begins. There are some shots of planning and coordination among the leaders. In revolt of 1857, you mention the places in North India where this revolt took place in the same period by different leaders and groups. You can see here somewhere show the visions of the unity. So you will very briefly describe about the leaders. You will give a brief description about the leaders. So now we talk about the visions, okay, visions of the rebellion of different social groups and community. So what the rebels wanted, as you have read in the chapter also, okay, what was the visions behind the unity? So you'll mention about different social groups, okay, and their demand, and you can add the proclamation and notice, okay, but in brief, they think, and you will mention that they think Britishers as a symbols of oppressions. You will write about the whole scenario of the revolt of 1857, some rebellions, and they start as an autonomous body after the rebel. So you can see you will get so many incidents, as you can take the example of Surya Sen of Chatgaon, that you can write in the outcome of the revolt and repressions by the Britishers, and end with the conclusion where you will discuss the importance of the war, why it is called the first war of independence, so how the revolt and the leaders became the inspiration for the national movement. Then come to the next topic, divine apostle of Guru Nanak Dev. So here also life description, early life about Guru Nanak Dev, his travel and journey to different places, his experiences, and then you talk about the Guru Nanak Tap and meditations, okay, teaching of Guru Nanak and his legacy. Then you will see the relevance of Guru Nanak teachings in the modern world, contribution to humanity, and his last day. These points you add in sequence, and you have to elaborate it, these points, and you can take other sources from books and internet. Same with the Kabir teaching, okay, the Brahm Nirupan of Kabir, a journey to ultimate reality. So here also you give a brief sketch of Kabir and then the brief sketch of Brahm Nirupam, okay, in which you will talk about the Gyan Yoga and Kabir Yoga, spiritual knowledge and realization of spirituality, okay, teaching for God. Then teaching of Kabir you will take his idea and philosophy. Then you can add Dharam Das incident, okay, very important, where he asked question and Kabir satisfy his queries. So then comes the path of Bhakti. You have read in Bhakti on the movements, and then you can see antagonist of caste system and evil. His literary work which is related to the Brahm Nirupan, okay, and then you can see his influence on later Bhakti saints and society. And at last, you will conclude it all with conclusion. Come to the top inside Mughal imperial household. So you will first describe about the imperial household. You will write about the imperial household. You will mention about harem in which, and the ladies of the harem, their education, visit of physicians, everything. Whoever ladies they were living in harem. And harem, you can see the employees, administration and security, the architecture of the harem, and then you can see the entertainment, and you can write the source of information earlier. Okay, here we talk the source of information, where you are getting information about this. Okay, who are giving the information, you will write about them, their charity, their cultural life, and you will end it with also conclusions. Come to the last topic. Here the process behind the framing of the Indian constitutions. Okay, here introduction, and then you will write about the Indian demand for the Constituent Assembly and their meetings of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, you can see for framing the constitution. So if we talk about the Constituent Assembly was constituted through indirect election, you will mention that. Okay, and this establishment of committee, different committee to keep resolutions. So we will talk about the committees here. Okay, as you can take the example of drafting committee, then you can see the debate on the Constituent Assembly, and later formation of the constitutions. And what was the vision for the constitution here? You will mention that also, and at last conclusion. So students, general guidelines or guidance it has provided to you in the PDF file to prepare your project file. So choices are there, and you have to decide the topic for your project work. The project should be presented in the folder, not in the plastic folders. The total length of the project is 20 to 25 pages. So project outline is given here. Okay, cover page, certificates, in which you will write the name, class, and name of the topic under which you have covered your project under the guidance of which teacher. Okay, name of that teacher. Then acknowledgement here, that is the project writing is a section where you can write, acknowledge and show appreciation to everyone who has helped you in the project, the guidance, the support for completing your project work. Index, it's including the table of the content and page number. Don't write date or give any column for date. And then you know what you in introduction, it gives the gist of what will be the proceeding content be about. Okay, the relevance of the project to you. And later you can see topics are there, subtopics are there, conclusions. When you write conclusion for a project, always remember that you have to make summary of the content as well as the purpose you have in mind. Use the basic information you already have. Keep your opinion that is logical and related to the content, and make suggestion. And bibliography, here we talk about the reference or the books. Okay, and if you have any doubt or any inquiry, please clarify it.